Hey guys, this is Mike. So when you took the quiz, you may have checked that you sometimes have an issue with diarrhea. So I get the thrill of talking to you about diarrhea. So it's everyone's favorite topic, actually, not. But anyway, um, diarrhea. So to get rid of it, you kind of have to know what causes it, and it's caused generally either by overacidification, inflammation. Um, Also a real common cause is an infection of some kind. So sometimes it's a foodborne infection, like something you get at a restaurant or something set out for too long at a picnic, that kind of thing. Um, but it almost doesn't matter what the source of it was, unless it's to a level that you have to see a doctor. I do have to tell you, diarrhea, not in the common sense that everybody gets, once a year or once in a while or something. But diarrhea, potentially untreated, is fatal. So, but we have had customers come to us that have had diarrhea for multiple years that their doctors couldn't solve, and they're still fine. There's actually more than, because of the different causes of diarrhea. It's most of the causes of diarrhea do not lead to anything potentially fatal. So that's good. That's the good news. Then, as far as how to deal with it, so one of the problems with diarrhea is that the material, the foods that you eat and drink, move through you so quickly that you absorb virtually zero nutrition. And so, if you have diarrhea for more than, say, 2 days, you're going to want to supplement your nutrition. And the best thing I know to do that is something at Rachel's Tea. Uh, the product is up here. You can see it. It's called Macro Greens. It's an organic, natural, freeze-dried, just using whole organic vegetables, and it supplements your nutrition in a fairly concentrated way that can be absorbed so quickly that you even get a lot of the benefit from it moving through you, even if you have diarrhea. It also has its own probiotics. It's not a good probiotic supplement, but it does have enough probiotics in it to really help you absorb a lot of the nutrition that's in the macro greens. And it has everything you need really for the whole day. You can do very well on that, even if you have a fairly extended bout of diarrhea. And then the other thing is, when things are moving through you too quickly, your body, your intestines absorb the liquid in everything we eat or drink. And then that moves into our bloodstream and kidneys and becomes our hydration level. Well, when you have diarrhea, things are moving through you so quickly that there's almost no liquid absorption either. And the obviously dehydration is not healthy, but the biggest single thing, what you run out of first, is electrolytes. So electrolytes are pretty generic. We like to carry the products that you really need, and they're very hard to find. In fact, many of them we formulated, the teas and some of the probiotic, a lot of the things we formulated because of the special needs of digestive disorder sufferers. But electrolytes are not like that. So Pedialyte, or a generic form of Pedialyte, or I was at Walmart a couple of weeks ago, and they had like 6 different types of electrolyte hydrators for people. You just pour these powder straws into whatever you want to drink, and I that does a great job of keeping you way more safe electrolyte wise than if you just had an extended case of diarrhea. So a diarrhea can also be caused by stress, because it is related to the degree, the percentage of acid flow you have at a given time. So the things you can do are macro greens and Pedialyte or similar electrolyte replacement, or electrolyte drink, or electrolyte powder that you add to a drink. But in the long run, it also indicates a complete disruption, at least temporarily, of your intestinal flora. So again, one of the most popular and necessary supplements we have is the best probiotic on the market. So Rachel's Pro 100 is the best. It has 100 billion IUs of a broad spectrum of the 10 most necessary and beneficial, positive, good bacteria that we can reseed with and start that culturing instead of whatever has messed us up, like something as simple as a staph or strep or salmonella or infections that we get in our gut. And one thing that I don't think everybody understands is we have tons of bad bacteria in our gut. We don't just have the good stuff, but by the way we eat and drink and supplement, the different types of bacteria are able to choose to start colonizing, replicating so rapidly. So people who, for instance, eat too much of one type of food or the other might help a candida fungus replicate quickly and kind of overrun their intestinal system. So eating on the system, the catalyst food avoidance system, is best. But if you do have diarrhea, you need to stay hydrated because almost everything liquid you're taking in goes right out. A tip would be to drink in sips, a sip or two, and then wait 10 minutes or more, have another sip or two. You can do that all day. And then you're going to be absorbing a lot of that because it's not all going to just rush through you. Normally, your body waits till it has a certain volume of material to move out, even with liquids. And so if you sip, sip, sip all day, if you replace your electrolytes, and if you're very conscious of keeping, there's only two good probiotics that I know of that are going to survive the stomach acid in a person with digestive disorder. Our stomach acid, our hydrochloric acid, the volume of it, and how concentrated it is in a person with a digestive disorder like you or I, is enough to kill virtually all probiotics, the good bacteria. As soon as we take the pill, it drops into a pool of acid in our stomach because that's the type of acid production we have. And so to kill it all in the stomach when this bottle costs you somewhere between $40 and $100 is unconscionable. So the probiotic, Rachel's Pro 100 and the Pro-Berry Chewable are both acid-resistant strains. They survive the acid. They make it through the stomach. They line your intestine with this beneficial bacteria, and it starts doing you some good. So those are the things to do with diarrhea. You could also get one of the books. The book has a probiotic recipe. It's very simple. It's some cabbage and both fresh cabbage and some fresh apple, blend it up. Drink that. It's the best probiotic you can have. The supplement that's at Rachel's Tea, the Pro 100 or the Pro-Berry Chewable, are the best two you'll find anywhere you go, and they're competitively priced. So those are the different things that I would suggest for diarrhea. You'll find it's not as big a problem as you thought. And like I said, from our experience, we have had clients that have had years and years of it under a doctor and gastroenterologist care, and still didn't get better until they started following our protocol. So give that a shot. I think you're going to do well. Thanks.